Howdy folks, this here is Officer Buford Hickenlooper of the State Police, and I'm here to deliver a public safety message on behalf of all law enforcement officers everywhere. And that's this. Stop driving like idiots! You hear me? I'm talking to all you morons out there. Obey the law or I'm gonna have to put you in handcuffs. You hear me? That's all I gotta say. Okay, I have a confession to make. My name is not actually Officer Buford Hickenlooper. It's me, Tim Jones. So the reason I'm dressed up like a state trooper is because the subject of this week's edition of View from the Bleachers is all about safe driving. It's a true story that could have ended really badly. Just 1 minute, okay? Anyways, what I wanted to say wait, what? Oh, apparently I still have my mustache on. Hold on just a second. Ow! Holy mother of God, that hurt! Ow! Hello again, I'm Tim Jones, and welcome to this edition of View from the Bleachers. Officer Hickenlooper reminded me of a cautionary tale that involved my own driving, and a kind of law enforcement officer a lot like Officer Hickenlooper. My dangerous driving almost put me in prison for life. Okay, maybe not for life, and maybe technically wasn't prison, but, well, let me explain. It was 7:22 in the morning on a Wednesday. I was driving northbound on Main Highway, like I always did this time of week, but this time there was a problem. I was running late for my regular Wednesday meetup with a buddy of mine, and, well, let's call him Terry, because, well, his name was Terry. My heart rate was through the roof as I raced down the highway in my silver Toyota minivan, desperately trying to make up for lost time. I saw the speed limit sign. It read 50 miles an hour, just like it always read this time of day. And I looked in my rearview mirror. Maybe I was just imagining things, but it looked like the guy behind me wanted to run me over. My heart started pounding. My palms started getting clammy. I could barely hold onto the steering wheel. My mind buzzed with all the things that I had to do today. Little did I know that my agenda was about to take a major U-turn, because just as I was saying the previous sentence, I zoomed past a parked trooper. And in that instant, the cop pulled out onto the highway, flashed his lights, and started in hot pursuit. Crap! In my haste to meet my buddy, I clearly must have been speeding. Uh-oh. And what about the 20 kilos of cocaine hidden in my trunk? Nah, that was just my memory playing tricks on me again. That was from an episode of Law & Order that I'd watched that morning while I ate my usual carbo-loading breakfast of Eggos and Captain Crunch. So I slowed down, hoping against hope that he had somebody else in his sights. The trooper pulled up right behind me, and by now I was fairly sure he was after me. And then when he turned on his loudspeaker and shouted, "You in the silver Toyota minivan, pull over immediately!" Yeah, I became slightly more convinced I was his guy. Looks like this speeder was going down. I pulled over and I sat limply in my car, awaiting my uncertain fate. The burly, no-nonsense trooper slowly plodded towards me, and as I watched him in my side mirror, I couldn't help but notice, he was closer than he appeared. I trembled as I saw him firmly clutch his loaded revolver in case he needed to use it to subdue me when I attempted to overtake him with the handy 6-inch tire pressure gauge that I had cleverly hidden in my glove compartment for just such an encounter. Well, I lowered my window. "Do you know how fast you were going?" the policeman asked sternly. Seeing as it's a 50-mile-an-hour zone, I thought I was doing about 50. I lied, knowing full well I must have been doing easily 75 miles an hour or more. "You were doing 47, he growled in obvious contempt. "I'm sorry," I stammered. "Did you just say 47? What exactly appears to be the problem, officer?" "Like I said, you were doing 47. The speed limit here is 50, he said, with his teeth grinding now with impatience. I looked back at his seething glare, not quite sure what I had done. So let me get this straight. You pulled me over for going 3 miles an hour below the speed limit? I'm sorry. Are you saying I was supposed to be driving exactly 50 miles an hour and not 1 mile an hour less? Well, by now, the officer was clearly furious. He locked his eyes on mine and he snarled, "So you think this is funny, eh? How about I just double the fine to $150? He literally actually said this. Officer, I'm just trying to understand what I did. Can you please enlighten me? I pleaded. You were impeding traffic. You had 3 cars stacked up behind you. If you're not going to do the speed limit, you need to pull over and let them through, you idiot. Okay, technically, I added the "you idiot" part, but I'm pretty sure that's precisely what he was thinking. I knew that I was going down. I could see my jail cell so vividly, cramped, cold, probably not even a queen-size mattress, and I seriously doubted my TV would get ESPN, let alone Disney+. So I threw myself on the mercy of the officer, asking if there was any way he could possibly let me off with just a warning for my reckless driving. I briefly considered asking him whether I should go 53 miles an hour the rest of the way in order to sort of offset the 3 miles an hour I was driving too slowly, but then I thought better of it, and I reserved my right to remain silent. Well, in the end, the officer let me go with just a warning. And I want to thank that kind police officer for taking 30 minutes out of his busy day to read me the riot act about my dangerous driving. And officer, if you're watching this, I want you to know you've taught me a valuable lesson. Driving below the speed limit is dangerous. So that's why I'm committed to being a safe driver. So from now on, at all times, I will make a point to drive at least 15 miles an hour over the posted speed limit. Well, that's the view from the bleachers. That's the view from the bleachers. I'm Tim Jones, and remember, if you like this video or simply feel sorry for me, please click on the subscribe button below and share this post with your friends or anyone you'd like to annoy. For more of my humor, visit my website, viewfromthebleachers.net. Thanks very much, and bye for now. And don't get into trouble with the law.